back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. All right, today's video we're gonna be doing is, I'm gonna be doing a little mock simulation. I'm heading home from work and just so happened to be out in this very arid and dry area. And my truck is gonna break down. And we're gonna pretend like I don't keep an emergency kit with me. And we're gonna go through my truck and we're gonna see what stuff I have in my truck on the way from coming home from work that could help me survive the night out here in a semi-desert environment. So, stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do a little mock drill and just do an experiment on my truck. We're going to pretend my truck is broken down and cue the Ford jokes. Didn't take a bailout. Okay, so we're going to pretend like this truck broke down and I'm using stuff that I only have with me coming home from work. Now, yeah, we all know that I carry emergency kits and stuff in my vehicle, so we're going to go through it and just see what all random stuff I have in my truck and what I could use to stay the overnight. The sun is going down, so it's about 5, where's the sun? There it is, my big fat head. So it's about 5 o'clock, so we got a few hours before the sun's going down, so we're going to assess the situation and pretend like we're going to stay here overnight. And this time of the year, you know, it's getting down in the 40s at night. So we're just going to pretend out here that I'm stranded. Now, keep in mind, this is a very arid, dry area. And we are on top of a mountain. Yes, there is a lake down there, but there's no way I'm going to reach that before dark where it's at walking. So we're just going to pretend we're going to be staying here with our vehicle, which everybody says to do if you break down, especially in the middle of nowhere. So we're just going to dig through and see what possibly the average person might have inside. Come on, check it out. All right, so I magically broke down where there's a campfire. Imagine that. And oh look. Oh, somebody has a a whole Hill People gear pack in here. Oh, how convenient for me. We're gonna pretend like this doesn't exist. All right, so let's see, what random stuff do I have in my truck? All right, so I do have some work boots in here. So, and these, luckily with my job, I can wear whatever boots I want. So, all right, so I got some leftover work boots. These are Limbs, freaking phenomenal boots. These are the best boots I've ever had, but this is not a gear review video. Now, keep in mind, I'm out here in a very arid area. There was a snake the size of my forearm when I was driving up here. So there's that. All right, so I'm always going camping. I have some leftover tent stakes in here. That is not staged, so that might actually come in handy. So, random piece of a styrofoam cup my kid left in here, a Walmart bag. I always keep a roll of toilet paper, so that was stuffed underneath the seat. So, what else we got? All right, so we got a pack of dude wipes and a safety vest. So we got a pack of dude wipes. That's almost gone. So there's maybe just enough in there to clean. Safety vest that I gotta wear for work. So definitely handy for signaling somebody. I have some business cards in there. I won't show that. What do we have? Oh, a little first aid kit that I keep in there. And then what else is in my safety vest? Let's see here. What else? Let's see. Switching my camera angle here. What else we got? Latex gloves and hand sanitizer. Okay. Don't know how useful that all could be, but definitely I can use that to signal for help, lay that across my hood if I need to. Hard hat. okay, my little Hidden Woodsman fanny pack. I actually forgot that was in here, no joke. This is what I use kind of sometimes as an EDC kit. So what it all, I don't think I have a whole lot in here. I forgot that was in here. So some more business cards, little mini first aid kit that we use for work, more dude wipes, USB plug, I don't know how that, leftover mask. Ooh, score. So I do have my Surefire LX2 light. Is it still good? Yep, okay. So we do have a light left over that I found, and my Leatherman. Let's see, some paracord, and oh, there we go. Waterproof matches. I don't know if this should all disqualify because that's almost like an emergency kit, but since we're going to pretend my normal kit doesn't count, and I literally, swear to God, forgot this was in here. So these little things, this is going to save my butt. So I got a pillow from when I pulled my back out, my butt pillow. I don't know how useful that would be. I could use it as a pillow to sleep with. Got a hanger. Could use that. Create a pepper. Alright, kid stuff. A little bit left of a paper towel. Let's see here. So yeah, I do have my jacket. It's not a very warm jacket, but it is a jacket nonetheless, and it is getting cold enough at night that you would get hypothermia now without some kind of warmth. More paper towels. A balloon from Red Robin. Let's see here. Got that up here. I do have a little sun hoodie that I just keep in here for work. It's a Columbia sun hoodie, so that will cover me from the sun tomorrow if I was out here overnight. And then just my little sun hat I keep in here. So I have my hat. And another back pillow. I swear I'm not 100 years old, so I have another pillow for your back in here, my sun hat. So let's see, what else? An empty water bottle. So I don't keep emergency. We're gonna pretend I don't have an emergency kit in here. So an empty bottle of water, a couple straws. One random free range bungee cord, one bottle of water, the gear bag covered in golden retriever hair that I use. I carry my vest and my hard hat in this little duffel bag. So I have a bag. That's good. Another half drink bottle of water from my child. And a dog leash. Random lock that I have no idea where the key goes to that, or where the key is to that. So my vehicle keys, Gen 5 Glock 19 with one magazine and a T-Rex Arms holster. This little bit of paracord left over from my neck knife that I used to tie my safety glasses on for work. All right, so here is everything we have. And like I said, we're going to pretend that I do not have any real kit. I don't. I seriously forgot this stuff was in there, which is phenomenal. But yeah, this is what we have. What I'm wearing right now is some Hey Dude shoes, some 511 Capital pants, and just a t-shirt. I have a 511 Pathfinder watch and just a random magnetic bracelet for blood flow. So yeah. All right, so this is all I have, and we're gonna try to figure out a way to put a kit together. As you can see, there is no water, so water is gonna be a very, very important thing for me at this exact moment, because all I have is one good water that I know, that I got from a gas station on the way up here, we're gonna pretend, and this, which is probably no good and full of BPA from the heat that was dusty and covered a dog hair underneath the seat. But when it comes to dying, you're gonna drink this. You're gonna drink this anyways. And let's not forget the empty bottle of Smart Water. So that is my water system. So I'm gonna get organized here. So I have enough water to last tomorrow, or for a while. That should last me for a while. If I was to find water out here, which I'm not, I'm on top of a freaking mountain in a semi-arid desert, so probably not gonna find any water out here. The other problem I have is I don't have anything that I can boil water in at this exact moment that I can think of in the vehicle. I'm gonna go back and look again and see if there's anything I could boil water in with just the random crap in my truck. And I'm gonna set up the tripod. All right, so after looking, I do not have anything remotely that I can come up with to boil water. If you can think of something that I'm not thinking of, let me know in the comment section, because I, for the life of me, cannot think of anything I could boil water in. I did find I did find this that I keep in my driver's side door. So I did find a carabiner underneath the seat and one glove. I don't know where the other glove is, but I did find one glove. And I keep in my door a can of bear spray for like civil unrest if somebody's trying to bust in my window or something. And an emergency glass breaker and seatbelt cutter. So I have this in there in the cubby. But yeah, this is about the only metal container I have, and probably don't want to boil water and drink it out of a pepper spray can. So alas, here we are. Honestly, looking around, in this scenario, I'm not gonna try to leave my vehicle. I'm gonna sleep in my vehicle tonight because yes, there's water in the background. It would take me all day to get down there. At least in this scenario, we're gonna pretend. I could probably get down there in a couple hours, but I digress. So no water up here. The wind's blowing, so the camera's gonna be a little shaky. Sorry. This water would get me, and I'm not drinking this one. I'm gonna drink the good one. This thing's questionable. I'm gonna drink this. So this would get me to probably, down off the ridge, down to the water. But still, honestly, with the lake out by me, I don't have a way to boil the water. I'm sure I could find something, but right now we're focused on this. So what do we have here to survive? So if I'm gonna sleep in my truck tonight, had to readjust the camera. The wind's picking up, the camera's shaking, so you guys are gonna have to forgive me, because this is what happens when you try to film outside of a sterile environment. So, did find fly swatter. Maybe that would help me kill some grasshoppers to cook them on a fire. Making a fire is not gonna be too hard up here. I just need to make sure it doesn't blow away. So first things first, if I can't stay with my vehicle and I need to leave, and this is the only crap I have, I think what I'm gonna do is I will take the bag that I keep my work stuff in. Actually, I didn't check the pockets of this thing. There may be a hidden nugget in here. So, no. Okay, so we'll take that. I can go 3 or 4 days without eating, as you can tell, so that's not a concern. Already up here, the sun is already busy, so I'm gonna go on and change and put on my hat. My wife and my mother hate this hat. They say this is the ugliest hat I own, but it's comfortable and keeps the sun out of your eyes. All right, so we're gonna go on and pack my little fanny pack out. Put my flashlight in here. I'll definitely need that. The paracord would be nice. I don't really have anything if I had to leave my vehicle. I was out here for super long to use as a sun tarp, really, except my jacket and my safety vest. So we'll just gonna put the paracord in here. Matches, that will save my bacon, because yeah, I can do a friction fire, but by golly, I have ADHD and I hate doing it, but I can do it. So, but we have the lifeboat matches. This is nice. This is my, and I'm glad I forgot this thing was in here. This is my Leatherman juice. It's old Leatherman juice. This was back from the days of Nuttin' Fancy. I bought this because he reviewed it, so shout out to old Nuttin'. So I got my Leatherman. I'm going to, this is probably, just having this tiny little blade is going to save my bacon. So I'm going to keep this on my person. So since we're out here, I'm going to keep this on my person. And luckily, I have my Glock. I do have a light on my Glock, so I technically have two lights. I'm gonna go on and put this on me because where I'm at, you know, there are mountain lions here, and so I want protection. We're gonna put this on. I call this the John Wayne position. If you ever see the movies, he always has his pistol on the back. All right, so put this in here. Definitely am gonna want the wipes for my derriere. And I'm going to go on. This water is going to be my life-saving thing. So I want this on my body if I end up having to walk and leave here. So I'm going to go on and put the water in the fanny pouch along with this little mini first aid kit. And I think that's everything that I'm going to want on me. I'm going to go on, and I don't know what this might be used for, but I'm going to go on and put it on because it might come in handy to clip something. I don't know. So we're going to go and put that on and zip all this up. I think that's everything. Oh, my wallet. So I do have my wallet, but it just has credit cards, Costco card, and stuff like that. I don't see any intrinsic survival advantage to the wallet. So we're going to go and put this on here, so I have that. And then we're going to go on and put my boots on. They're not very high, and like I said, there are rattlesnakes out here. I've seen a snake coming up here, which is a good source of food. I can definitely eat that snake, or one of his brethren. I've done it before. Snake's not bad. It tastes a lot like gator. It's a very, honestly, it's a very clean meat for what they eat. You know, mostly they eat bugs, to be honest with you. I mean, they eat snakes. I don't know if I should bring these with me. Probably not. I don't see a value in them. So we'll be leaving that here. Let's see, what else? So we're going to take the work duffel bag. Hard hat. It's fiberglass. I couldn't boil anything in it. Although, you know what? I could use it if I was out here a long time. I can use this to collect rainwater. So I'm going to take my hard hat. I can use that to collect rainwater. The vest, obviously, for signaling. It doesn't really add warmth, but I mean, it does kind of add sun shelter. But I have a sun hoodie on, so but we'll bring that with us anyways. And what else here? Let's see here. Mask. Yeah. Who knows what it could be used for? Let me know in the comments if you can think of something I could use that for. I'll just shove that in here. Styrofoam cup. My daughter tore up. I mean, it could be used to collect rainwater, so let's not discard that. The bag. Trash bag, definitely always good to have, or a Walmart bag. Put this clip on here. Straws. All right, what could I use with the straws? If I had a fire bundle and I needed to, I guess I could blow that to kind of help a fire bundle. Drink out of the helmet or the, whatever. Straw, I don't know. Maybe you can let me know in the comment section what we could use the straws for. The questionable, nasty, who knows how old water. Tent pegs. Let's see. Well, what can we use the temp pack? There is cordage. I remember when I bought these because this was for my shower tent, and I realized that I already had it. You know, I could definitely use this if I didn't have a pistol, and if I didn't, you could use this. I guess I could make a spear out of this for fishing in the desert on top of a mountain. So, oh, yeah. You know, if there was a mountain lion, I guess I could. I didn't have the pistol. And there was a mountain lion. I guess I could, you know, maybe Wolverine it. I guess. Better than nothing, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to get hit in the face with this. So, yeah, I could make a defensive weapon out of these. So definitely, I'll definitely pack them. And plus, there's the paracord with it. I got these at Walmart like over the summer, so we'll see. Definitely stuff. I mean, obviously, I could make shelter with this, and honestly, having metal like this is nice because. Give you an example, like some of this. I mean, I have the knife on the Leatherman, but you know, this is relatively sharp. As long as I have metal, I could break some stuff off and flint knap me a knife or something if I had to on down the road. Now that I have metal, it's harder than a rock. So put that in there. Obviously, the car keys would want to come with me. The glove. I have no idea what this would not be useful for anything, so we'll put that in the pile with the shoes. The lock. What could I do with the lock? Sorry, the camera's shaking. The wind's really bad. Oh! Here's what I could do. Well, would that work? No. Had an idea. So the bungee cord, I definitely bring shelter. I could use this to make a primitive slingshot. If you want to get really crazy, you could make a bow with this. Bungee cord definitely would come. I could do stuff with that. Here's what I was thinking. So I have my dog's Carhartt leash, and this lock is pretty heavy, so I probably wouldn't advise this. It's probably not the safest thing. Maybe would this side be better? Hear me out. Here's what I'm thinking. This would definitely make a weapon. I mean, you could get, if you didn't have a pistol, you could definitely get this swinging and bust something upside the head. I could probably, what's that, a bolo, or what's those things called? I'm not a hardcore primitive expert by any means. I'm a mountain man. I am not a desert guy, and I'm definitely not a desert survival expert, but I think it's, somebody's going to correct me, I know it. There is a primitive tool, I can't remember what it's called, but basically they would will tie like rocks or have heavy stuff and sling it and throw it, and it can kill birds and pheasant and grouse. And then I think for bigger stuff it wraps around their legs and slows them down. I don't know, maybe I'm just watching too many movies, but I mean, I think honestly I could get a big swing on this, you know. And plus just having this cordage for building a shelter, which is not a whole lot out here. Build a shelter that'd be super comfortable. That would be super comfortable. I mean, yeah, there's some juniper and sagebrush. I could make a shelter. Wouldn't be the best shelter in the world, but you know, it is what it is. So put this in here. Fly swatter, definitely want to bring that. The bear spray, I definitely want the bear spray. That has tons of uses. So we will take that, and I'm going to just go on and hook the bear spray on my Hill People Gear little fanny pack thing. Oh, look. Now there's the airplane. So that would be where I'd be out here waving my arms up in the air with the vest, you know. Toilet paper, definitely going to bring that. Fire starter, pooping, all that jazz. So Oh, let's not forget the empty ball of smart water. That's a good container, so you can use that. And so the sun's going down, but it's actually still pretty bright. So I'm gonna go on and put my sun hoodie on. The only thing I gotta be careful with out here where I'm at is I do not want to get too hot because there's no water and I cannot replace, besides what I have in this, I cannot replace what I have. So I definitely do not want to burn through my water unnecessarily by sweating it out and retain that. So yeah, so here we are. Let's so here's what we got. We got this little pouch, which I was lucky to forgot that was in there and have it, and my work duffel bag, so I can put that on here, and have my jacket. So I'm just going to stuff that right in here. Shut the doors, lock it up, and we'll take a little walk and see what we can find, huh? So I guess the the tripod's probably an unfair advantage, but I could use this to make a little lean-to shelter, just enough to cover my face and get out of the sun if I wanted to. But right now I'm a little bit more concerned about these snakes out here, because I seen quite a big one. Obviously this is not a real survival situation, so I'm not going to kill and eat the snake. That's a lot of work, and I'm not going to kill it unnecessarily. I've done that plenty of times when I was younger. So all right, so we're going to walk up on a ridge here and see if there's anything that I could eat. Keep in mind, guys, I am not a bushman or a desert guy. I'm a mountain guy, high alpine type of guy. I know what you can eat there. I don't spend that much time out here in the desert or the dry, the arid lands. So definitely a little bit more challenging. Obviously for this experiment, I stayed the night in the truck. Fortunately, I can't do that. I have a lot of stuff to do this weekend, so we'll see what happens here. So we're walking. Here we go. Shotgun shell. What could I use the shotgun shell for? Nothing that would benefit me here. I know you can make some fish hooks out of the metal, and when using the spent primer cap, I know you can make fish hooks out of that, but that's about all, and there's no fish readily available here. So dragonfly and some big ass grasshoppers. So could eat some grasshoppers. I could eat the snake, and there's no doubt in my mind I could find a snake. Speaking of the devil, there you go. I'm sure either some little gopher or a snake lives in there. Don't really see any tracks. All right, so we're gonna pretend that on this experiment that, just for a side note, the sun's going down, but if this was a different time of the day, depending on the terrain, if I want to stay out of the sun, this is a nice shaded place. I probably would stay here. There's tons of more stuff for me to poke around with. There's tons of holes here, so obviously there's some kind of rodents living in the ground that you could eat, and a snake obviously is going to be where rodents are. So obviously I could, in desperation, scrunch up some kind of game. And with my CCW, I mean, yeah, I only have coincidentally, obviously it's Glock 19, so I have, 15 rounds, right? But I have the Buffalo Bore bear loads in here, which are basically a plus P. So probably not something that you want to shoot a gopher with. So there's that. But, at least I have 15 rounds to signal for help. I could. So while I'm walking out here, I'll take a minute and talk about the channel. It is hard to make YouTube content and come up with ideas. I'm creeping up on a year of having a YouTube channel, and starting to run out of ideas. Gear reviews are fun, but backpacking and full-on backpacking and stuff like that doesn't get a lot of views, unfortunately. So you got to come up with creative ways. I feel like the collective attention span is getting a lot shorter. I'm walking up a little ways. Haven't seen any good place to bed down for the evening. At least anything that would be interesting to video. The grand finale. Too bad we're not in the Grand Tetons. I like Tetons. Pretty cool place. The name makes it even better. Comment below if you know what the Grand Tetons means. So there is a little bit of so just when I went off, turn off the camera, there's a little falcon out here. So he's definitely circling around looking for little rodents. So you could make a deadfall out here, which I don't know. I'm not gonna make it. You guys have seen it. Everybody and their uncle makes a deadfall for rats. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do that. So I'm not gonna bore you with that. Unless you guys want to see it. Of course, you can't tell me, so. Let's see here. What else we got? We'll walk up the hill a little bit up there, see what we can see. Trying to find a little patch of bushes out here and something to make a shelter. But I think if I was going to have to stay out here for a couple nights, I'd be cowboy camping it. All right, so I'm sure somebody out here is going to start complaining on the comment section that there's wild edibles, and the only thing I've seen that I could remotely eat out here for wild edibles that I know of is like dandelion. I know you can kind of eat juniper berries, so supposedly. Like I said, I'm a mountain guy. I am not, this is not my terrain. I might as well be on Mars, really. I know just enough to get out of here in an expedited fashion. Most of the time I spend is at, 8, 9, 10,000 feet, high alpine, just out here in the Rockies. From back east, Appalachian Mountains. So I know mountains. These are kind of mountain hills, but not a lot to go on out here, huh? So I guess if I was walking, let's pretend the scenario, I had to abandon my truck, where would I sleep? The mountains, I just craft me a little lean-to that's nice and comfortable, and sleep in that. That'd be a tall cotton out here. Not that much stuff to work on. So, what do we got? So we're gonna pretend I left the truck. Obviously I'd sleep in the truck, but there was one lonesome little juniper tree by the truck. So, yeah. If bad weather was coming in, I probably would find me one of these little gully washes to crawl in and sleep. And try to get up to where I didn't get flash flood. Of course, water would be nice out here right now. So, we're going to walk around a little bit more and see if I can find somewhere to sleep. Did find a pile of some old garbage out here. definitely use that to burn. As you can see, there's not a lot of big, heavy stuff to burn. But this little pile heap is probably a lifesaver. This would last me a couple hours at least burning out here. The problem is this stuff right here. Old dry wood burns really, really fast, especially when it's been baking out here year over year, I'm guessing. So. Alright guys, so I'm walking out here. Swear to God, I'm not making this up. Sometimes you just get lucky in a survival situation, but check this out. So obviously a lot of people ATV out here in the desert, and as you can tell, some water fell off. It looks pretty clear. I would not recommend it, but there is water. Holy crap. Here I am thinking we're out here in the middle of the freaking desert, no water, and there's two of these, and then if you go across this ATV trail, there's another one that's been run over. So yeah, I mean, people are pretty wasteful, as you can tell. So you, like I said, you never know what you're going to be able to find. I mean, there literally could be anything that you can use to survive, and you may just get lucky. A little breakout here. This is what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes you can find some really sharp rocks. You know, I had the little Leatherman that we talked about earlier, but if I didn't have a knife, this is a very sharp edge. I mean, you could, you know, clean fish with this. You could, you know, clean a small animal. If you want to get really creative, you could make you a little knife. It's not as hard as slate. I can't remember. This is like a sandstone or something like that, but definitely brittle. But it is sharp, and you can sharpen it up and make it more sharp. As a weapon, you know, maybe you could slit something with it. But anywho, yeah. So, you know, never know what you could find. And a lot of times you can find stuff that you can do to get by in a pinch. So let's keep going. Perfect. So I managed to find this little area here. And I think what we're going to do, if I was to stay the night, I'd put a little stuff here, you know, and there's enough stuff here to make a lean-to of a fashion, and probably sleep right in here and have a nice little area. And we have some juniper berries. Look at that. So that is always a plus. All right, guys, so the sun's going down. I dropped my gear here. So I think if I was having to walk out and abandon the truck, this is where I'd probably bed down for the night. So next up, I'm going to make another video, and we're going to be sleeping out here. Not on this trip because, like I said, this is just a little test run scenario because I am not a desert guy. I am a mountain guy. And so the next video, I'm going to probably make another video coming up on this series on sleeping out here in the desert with just that stuff. I'll come back out. We'll pick up where we left off and stay another night. And see how it goes, and we'll just run with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little exercise. Thanks for watching. Channel's growing. I'm getting tons of subscribers, and I really appreciate it. So remember, as always, enjoy the great outdoors. Leave it better than the way you found it, and stay safe out there. We'll catch you on the next video. Stay safe.